first Facebook Live. I really want to invite you to Spark Success, and looking forward to this first video and subsequent ones. What I want to focus on today is the concept of customer centricity and the related values-based leadership. I want to look at what these are and why they're important. Many of my clients come to me because they want to engage their clients more, and they want to know how to lead their team in a way that helps them also engage with the clients in the way that they feel is successful. The reason this is important is really based on how our environment is these days. We're living in a much more complex environment where people have a lot more information available to them, and because of that, they're a lot more discerning. Last year, I interviewed 7 leaders from customer-centric organizations to find out from them what customer centricity means to them, why it's important, and to learn best practices and distractions in creating such an organizational culture. So what I found from those interviews that I want to share with you is that without a doubt, all of them stated that if people don't focus on customer centricity, there's a high chance that in today's environment that they will become irrelevant and potentially go out of business. Now that sounds pretty scary, but the good thing is that we can do things to create an organizational culture and a brand with our customers that's going to keep them engaged and keep them coming back. What that requires is engaging our team first. Our team is, through their behaviors, is the way that we interact with our clients. So there's kind of 3 things that we need to look at here. It's that we're providing products and or services that our customers or clients are looking for, that our systems are set up in a way that are user-friendly for them to interact with, and that we and our teams are engaging with them in ways that are very positive. And the idea here is to build really genuine relationships. So that's why it's important. And you might hear of customer centricity through other terms such as customer engagement or customer experience. They all really point to the same thing, and that is that the customer is at the focus of everything we do. This requires a different style of leadership than the command and control that we're often used to, the top-down approach. It requires a much more collaborative form of leadership, which really harnesses the energy of people and creates a win-win in that it's much more fulfilling for our team members, and that creates a win for the organization because they're more fully engaged. You may have heard or read that in North America, 67 to 70% of the workforce is not engaged, meaning that they're either neutral or disengaged. So there's a lot of potential there if we can only lead in a way that that really engages what's important to those people. And what's important to those people are their values. So hence the term values-based leadership. Creating a customer-centric culture, or any culture for that matter, starts with the leaders. The leaders have a large impact. And as an organization develops and grows, the dynamics of the organization actually start playing into that quite a bit. So, you know, with leaders, it really starts at them really getting clear for themselves what their own values are, what the organizational values are as well. So often we hear about vision, mission, shared values, and how important this is for an organization to have these things. And a lot of organizations make the effort to establish their vision, mission, and shared values. Sadly, these are often just things that are used then for marketing and that are posted on the walls. People are busy and maybe don't take it to the next level once they've established those 3 things. The idea here is, you know, that those values are based on what's important to the organization and what the leaders know about the organization, and that the leaders' values are aligned with those. and that then they're taking those and acting on them. So currently I'm taking my master's in leadership from Royal Roads University. And although I've worked with my clients on values for years, you know, for 16 years I've been coaching, what was different for me in going through that process in my leadership program was that not only did we identify the values, explore what was meaningful to them and how they tied in with our beliefs, but we also looked at what behaviors do we demonstrate that exemplify those values. So sometimes we have values, but we don't actually act on them. And so that's the same thing when an organization has published shared values. They may want to demonstrate those, but maybe are not behaving in a fashion that demonstrates that. So once the leaders are clear on that and start demonstrating those behaviors, as Kouzes and Posner would tell us, they're actually modeling the way. Another book or author I should say that that I've just read is Richard Barrett, and the book is called The Values-Driven Organization, and he talks about values-driven organizations being the most successful organizations on the planet, because when those leaders are modeling the values and engaging their people based on values, what happens is that there's an alignment. So when they're modeling it, walking their talk, their people are going to trust them more and want to be doing, looking at how they can align as well. There's so much more to this, and I'll be talking about that more later. And what I wanted to just leave you with right now is that this is just the tip of the iceberg. And I want to share with you that there's 2 resources on my website, sparksuccess.com, which is www.sparksuccess.com. Those 2 resources are, one is a white paper download, which is based on the interviews that I had with those customer-centric leaders, and that's a free download. The second is a quiz, and that quiz, when you take it, will give you an idea of where you stand with values-based leadership and also how your organization is doing with customer-centric culture creation. I would love to hear your thoughts on these topics, so please, I'd love to have a conversation with you. Just please reach out to me here, and we can dialogue in the message box here. Thanks so much, and we'll see you soon.